What should I ask Mr. Maurice? Reasons for turning Ewan away. The reason why you sent Mr. Ewan away without letting him meet Mr. Keith is you were afraid the truth about the switched identities would come to light. Yeah, I was also afraid Keith would leave and never come back to the manor if they met, so I decided not to let them see each other at all. I know I wronged them, both Ewan and Keith. Did my father mention us at all? Yes, he talked about you often. Apparently Keith was drowning in debt. That's why he left your mother, as painful as it was. He used to say he was doing all he could to repay his debts so that he could live with his family again one day, at least until the war came and his destiny changed. Really, seems like he had a lot to deal with. Why was Mr. Ewan called for the seance? I still don't understand that. Like I said before, Keith didn't explain much about the seance to me. I didn't even know that the plan was to call the spirit of Mr. Oliver. So when I find Ewan's name on the will left by Keith, I thought that was Keith's wish. I thought he wanted to try to talk to Ewan even after his death. I see. That's what you thought. I still regretted not letting Ewan see Keith on that day, so I gathered all the participants according to the will. But if Mr. Keith's intention was to call Mr. Oliver's spirit, then there was no reason to call Mr. Ewan. That's true, then why? Perhaps the mastermind behind this particular incident also has something to do with the will? If so, then maybe the plan was to use Mr. Ewan from the very beginning. That's why he was called here That was why he was called here. I think I've told you most of what I know. Mr. Maurice faced Mr. Irving, then bowed his head deeply. My lord, I'm sorry for keeping all this from you. Never mind, it was all for my father, right? I'm not blaming you for that. I'm not going to ask you to forgive me. It was my intention to kill you. I misunderstood and envied you. I'll accept any punishment you can think of. I have no intention of doing anything like that. This case is a result of various misunderstandings. I don't think you're solely responsible. Surely my father wouldn't want it either. Your father too? Yeah, I think I can understand him a little now. Good, Mr. Irving understands where his father was coming from. He valued Mr. Irving more than anything else. I can be sure of it now. The message at the seance wasn't Mr. Oliver's. It was the work of some malicious person. We should go back to the manor. We need to take Layla back. With that, Mr. Irving walked back over to Miss Layla. She was still unconscious. Is she alright? We should call the doctor later. But what was Miss Layla doing here? I think she wanted to talk to me about the past. Not that we managed to, though, as she got so excited. Talk about the past. I remember what Miss Layla said before. You and your family deceived me. What does that mean? It feels a little strange to be angry about forgetting an old proposal. I found out enough about the predecessor, but there are many things I don't understand yet. I don't even know who pretended to be the predecessor's spirit. The fog that surrounds us is still thick, and it seems that we can't see what's coming ahead. Okay, what's the next chapter called? Chapter 4, The Forbidden Fruit. I had another dream the night of the attempted murder. Oh no. Mr. Irving collapsed. Is this a dream of the past, or is it going to happen? I don't know. Why are all these things happening? Could Mr. Irving escape his fate? Hey, are you okay? Huh? Why are you in my room? Get out of here. You were moaning in your sleep. Did you have a bad dream? Mr. Ewan? Why are you here? Oh, I have something urgent to talk to you about. I came here because I heard that you were still sleeping after your shift had started. What? I'm late for work? My shift started at 6 AM. It was already well past then. No way. I'm really late. I can't believe I slept in so late. Oh, what about Louisa? I scanned the room but couldn't see her. It looks like she's already gone for work. Why do you look like you're about to cry? You were up late last night dealing with a number of issues. I don't blame you for sleeping in. If you want, I'll apologize instead. I'm sure that I'm to blame for a lot of this. Thank you very much. That feeling is enough. You said just before that there was something urgent you wanted to talk to me about. Yes, remember my father's diary you gave me last night? I read it all. Something strange was written on the last page. Something about a black dog. Black dog? He wrote that in the diary. May I take a look? Last night I was in a hurry, so I could only read part of it. Looking at the last page of the diary, I saw one line that said, I'm going to investigate the black dog. I don't see it on any other page. It seems like it's only mentioned here. Black dog. Natalie talked about it before. She said it had been seen deep in the village woods. Is that what Mr. Keith went to go check on? My father died the day after he wrote this entry. I asked the butler about it. He was found dead in the morning, as if he had been sleeping in his bed. They thought he had died of illness, weakened from the injuries he'd received in the war. I wonder if that was the real reason he died. If not from illness, then what could he have died from? Well, in detective novels, sometimes they poison someone to try to make it look like they died from an illness. Poison? If nobody was suspicious, then it is true the death would have been considered the result of an illness, so it's not out of the question. So you mean that my father may have been killed? It's just a possibility. Anyway, I'm curious about why he died after he wrote. I'm going to investigate the black dog in the diary. Yeah, huh? Just then, the door opened with a crash. Ellie, how long are you going to sleep for? Miss Noel told me to wake you up. Really, get your act together. You didn't wake up no matter how many times I called. What? Huh? Why is one of our guests here? Oh, I shouldn't be here? Anyway, we can continue this later. We should also talk with Irving. After Miss Ewan left the room, Louisa rushed towards me. Hey, what's going on? You didn't bring him here, did you? Huh? No way, he invited himself in. I can't believe this is happening. I must tell everyone right away. Ellie skipped work to bring a man to her room. What? Don't start spreading weird rumors. This will keep me amused for days. She's a little bee. Louisa ran out of the room looking very satisfied with herself. Hey, Louisa, wait. I dressed myself faster than ever before and flew out of the room. Listen up, Ellie invited. Hey, wait, don't you dare start spreading weird rumors. Oh, you two are full of energy this morning. What great friends you are. Huh? There's no one here. Okay. When I went to the hall, Miss Noel was waiting as usual. There you are, Ellie. I'm very sorry I'm late. You don't need to apologize. It seems you had a lot to take care of. Huh? Did you hear something about me? Yes, I heard about it from both Mr. Maurice and Mr. Ewan. Seems they involved you in their troubles last night. I see. I'm sure you're tired, but you have work to do right now. Go and wait upon the Lord and his guests in the dining room. Yes, ma'am. I found Mr. Irving in the dining room. Good morning, Ellie. Did you sleep well last night? Yes, I had a very good sleep. But I had another dream. A dream of me dying. Is someone going to try to kill me again? I'm not sure if it was a prophetic dream. It looked very similar to my previous dream, so I may have just been repeating the same dream. I'd hope so. I'd hate for someone to try to kill me again. Mr. Irving. What should I say here? Because, like, it's kind of like, I'll stop it, or I'm sure. Like, what does I'm sure mean? I'm just gonna see. I understand how you feel. Okay, I want to do the I'll stop it one, because that seems more like ballsy, I guess. It's okay, no matter what happens, I'll be sure to stop it. Ellie, did I promise too much? Just because I've been able to save him so far. I'm sure you'll come to save me, just like last night. I was so relieved when I saw your face. Really? Yeah, I seem to rely on you an incredible amount. When Mr. Irving smiled, someone came into the dining room. Oh, you're both here already? Mr. Ewan relaxedly sat in the chair next to Mr. Irving. I spoke briefly to Ellie earlier, but I have something to tell you about my father. Would you mind listening? Sure. What do you mean by earlier? I did hear a disturbance not too long ago. Oh, that might have been because I went to Ellie's room. Her room? Shouldn't I have? It is prohibited for men to enter the female servants' rooms. Oh, that's a rule, is it? I didn't know. Regardless of whether you knew or not, you lack delicacy. I'm amazed. Is it really such a big deal? All I did was go in the room. Anyway, as long as you stay here, obey the rules. Don't do that again. Okay, I got it. Is Mr. Irving a little upset? Is it because he's strict when it comes to rules, or is there another reason? Anyway, back to what I wanted to say. My father is actually... Just then, Mr. Maurice entered the dining room. My lord, I have something to report. Oh, Ewan and Ellie are here. Perfect, I'll tell you all. You have something to say? Yes, I have the results of the analysis of Mr. Oliver's letter. I believe I mentioned yesterday that I was asking a specialist to analyze the handwriting on the letter. Yes, that's true. The results have come back already. Huh, let's hear that first. I'll tell you my thing later. Do we really need to know this anymore since we know that he was using a ghostwriter? Although I guess we need to know if it was Keith's writing, since we know it's not the predecessors anymore. Certainly, the results conclude that the letter and the seance message, both of which claim to be written by Mr. Oliver, were neither his nor Keith's handiwork. Okay. I knew it. Someone was mimicking Keith's writing. Yes, even some parts of Keith's will were faked. Ewan was named as one of the participants for the seance, but his name was added by someone else. Huh. By someone who's pretending to be the predecessor? That seems to be the case. I wonder if the culprit called Mr. Ewan here to have him execute the crime. Seems so. Damn, that pisses me off. Saved a letter from Oliver? But if the will was manipulated, then that means the culprit has been hiding among us for at least the last few weeks. Even before that, my father's death is looking more and more suspicious. Keith's death? Anything suspicious about it? Yeah. Mr. Ewan said that the day before Keith died, he wrote in the diary, I'm going to investigate the black dog. Keith did that? You didn't know, Maurice? No, I did not know about it. But isn't that suspicious? He died the day after, writing something like that. Definitely. Black dog. It's an old folktale from my village. It used to live deep in the woods. Natalie was attacked. Is there such a thing? Who is Natalie? Huh? She's the maid apprentice working here. She's from the village here and has braided hair. Really? I didn't know. I see. All of us are here in the manor, but Mr. Irving returned to the manor a few days ago, and Natalie mostly keeps herself hidden, so I guess it makes sense. Mr. Maurice and Miss Noel are taking care of the servants. Was she really attacked by the black dog? Yes, when she was a child, Natalie's father told her so. I see. There are a few things I'm concerned about. We will need to investigate this seriously. Ewan muttered and turned to Mr. Irving. Can I stay here in the manor for a bit longer? There are some things about my father and the person who I was used by that I wish to investigate. He wants to investigate? Is he saying that he wants to join our investigation? I mean, why not? I'm gonna save, but literally why not? It would be a great help if we investigated together. Ellie, you agree? Thanks. I understand that you want to find out about Keith. You may join us, but please abide by the rules of the manor. Okay, I think we'll make a good team. About the black dog, I think the villagers know something about it. I'll go ask them after the meal. Okay, then we'll continue on with our investigation. Maurice, could you find out whether anyone acted suspiciously before Keith's death? We also need to find out who could have doctored the will. Yes, my lord. Should we keep this a secret from everyone? Yes, I'll reconsider if we don't find any clues. I kind of need to check and see if my cat is here, since she had a fight with another one. I'm just gonna do that now quickly, actually. Okay, I also got another drink because my hands started to turn to icicles again. I decided to just use honey this time. Honey has such a nice consistency. I don't know, so nice. Like I thought, Mr. Irving wants to try to keep this as quiet as possible. This could hurt the Rockeford name. I'll go talk to my aunt and the medium. They seem to be in their room still. Should I go call them? Yes, making a plan to talk to them after the meal. I bowed and left the dining room. I need to go get Mrs. Grace and Miss Mahi. They should be in their rooms. Hey guys. Oh, they're still trying to gossip about me. Okay. I need to get... Who do I need to get? Miss Mahi and Mrs. Grace. Well, Miss Mahi's in the blue room, right? Oh god, I need to sneeze. Oh, sorry about that. I really needed to sneeze. Okay. Excuse me, your meal is ready. Okay, thank you for letting me know. What's wrong? You look scared. What? Oh, excuse me. Do you want to talk to me? No, but I think Mr. Irving wants to talk to you later, so please ask him. Mr. Irving wants to talk to me? What do you mean? Well, I shouldn't have said that. What should I do? I don't know. Like, am I supposed to explain? I don't know, not now. I'm sorry, but it can't come from me. Please, couldn't you tell me? Well, she's not backing down, so again, this is like a thing where it's like, it's testing me or doing the other way, I don't know. Mr. Irving is going to ask Miss Mahi about the lie that she told, so something related to Mr. Irving's questions. Isn't it just this? I'm using up all of these save files for no reason. Like, literally, isn't it just this? Mr. Irving wants to ask about the message from the Seance. It has been proved that it wasn't written by Mr. Oliver. It wasn't Mr. Oliver, is that true? Yes, the handwriting was analysed, and we can be fairly sure that the letter was made to look like his writing. Really? If I may ask, Miss Mahi, did you really think that that message was written by Mr. Oliver? Hesitating slightly, Miss Mahi spoke. To be honest, I didn't know. You didn't know? What do you mean? It's embarrassing to say, but I'm not spiritually talented. Although I can feel spiritual power, I've never been able to communicate with spirits. I was taking over for my mother, so I tried to do what I had seen her do, but I didn't commune with Oliver at the seance. I had a feeling something was amiss, so I was right after all. But what an incredible thing to confess. Maybe she'll tell me the truth now? I should ask about the message at the seance. Miss Mahi seemed to know before the meeting that there was paper with an invisible message written on it. The reason why Miss Mahi knew that there would be a paper with invisible message on it at the meeting was... she was told by the culprit? I don't know. That's my first inclination there. Again, I don't know why I'm making so many saves. She was told by the culprit. The reason why you knew that there would be a paper with an invisible message on it at the meeting is because the culprit told you, right? The method of communication was... the black dog. Yep. I don't know, the will? No, that's not how I knew about it. Oops. I don't like being wrong, so I'm gonna reload. Yeah, she was told by the culprit. How though? Like, I don't know how she was told. This one? I don't know. Didn't you receive a letter before the meeting? It was probably signed as Mr. Oliver. Yes, it was in the chest when I arrived at this manor. I knew it. Mr. Mahi also received a letter. Also, did other people receive a letter as well? Yes, Mr. William and Mr. Ewan received letters with instructions. Why did you follow the instructions, Miss Mahi? For one thing, I thought it would make me seem like a better medium if I did what the instructions said. But also, I wanted to know who wrote the letter. If the letter wasn't written by Mr. Oliver's spirit, then who wrote it? I thought if I followed the instructions, I might be able to find the person behind all this. You wanted to find the person behind this? I had personal reasons for wanting to do so. I'm sorry for what I did to Mr. Irving. What personal reasons? Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. But please tell me if you can. Under the circumstances, I want to know as much as possible. It may help me to resolve the situation. You're right, I understand. Miss Mahi spoke, hesitating slightly. I thought I might be able to figure out what's hurting my mum if I found the person who wrote the letter. Hurting your mum? That's right, your mother has been ill for about a year, hasn't she? Yes, Mum has been having nightmares where she says the name of the evil spirit she once exorcised here. Evil spirit? I will tell Mr. Irving the full story shortly. This isn't something I should be telling you like this. I understand. An evil spirit that she exorcised. Is that the reason why Miss Mahi was here before? And now the evil spirit is hurting her mother. I wonder what this evil spirit could be. Who else am I getting? Miss Grace? Excuse me, the meal is ready. Okay, I'll be down soon. When I entered the room, Mrs. Grace was still getting ready. As for Miss Layla... Oh, yeah. I looked around and saw Miss Layla in the bed. Has she been sleeping since? Miss Layla fainted after attacking Mr. Irving, so we brought her back here. We called a doctor and the doctor confirmed that physically there was nothing wrong with her. She wakes up every now and then, but when she does, she gets so awfully agitated. I've been giving her a sedative to help her sleep. Agitated? Like she was last night? What will happen to Miss Layla? She seems to know something. I should try asking her some questions. Can I ask all of these? I'm always worried that I can't ask all of them. A letter from the culprit. I think Miss Layla received a letter with instructions. Mr. William and Miss Ewan also received letters from the culprit. Have you seen something like that in the room? Maurice asked me the same thing, but I don't know. I searched the room, but I couldn't find it. Well, I wonder if Miss Layla threw it away. When Miss Layla attacked Mr. Irving last night, she said, "You and your family deceived me, so this is my revenge." Do you have any idea what she meant? I'm not sure. I think this has something to do with the promise that Miss Layla made with Mr. Irving when they were young. How ridiculous. Deceived. What is she talking about? Miss Grace angrily murmured to herself, Layla is still a child. As she grows up, she'll understand. None of that actually matters. Miss Grace seems to know what she meant by deceived. I don't think she'll tell me, though. Long ago, there used to be a black dog that lived deep in these woods. Do you know anything about it? I've heard about it, but it's just a rumour. I think I've asked everything. Who do you think you are, asking these sorts of things? Well, you answered me. I'm sorry, but I was just curious. Are you finished? I'm going to the dining room. Yes, I'm very sorry. Miss Grace seems to know a lot. She doesn't want to tell me because I'm a maid, or is it because there's something she can't say? Lost in thought, I left Mrs. Grace's room. I returned to the dining room later and found Mr. Irving alone with a serious look on his face. Everyone had finished their meals and all of the dishes had been cleared. What's the matter? So I talked to my aunt about my aunt and Mahi. Mr. Irving told me what they had told him. Most of what it was what I had already heard, but Miss Mahi's story was a little more detailed. Miss Mahi had sensed the same feeling from the letter as she had long ago from the evil spirit that was exorcised, that made her think that the letter was the work of the evil spirit. So that evil spirit is behind this. How ridiculous. I couldn't keep listening. Well, I understand how you feel, but I wonder what the evil spirit could be. I'm sorry, is that something I shouldn't ask? No, honestly, I'm not sure myself. I know that an exorcism was performed back then, but I don't remember what it was for. I see. If I may ask, do you remember when it was, when the exorcism was performed? Exactly 10 years ago, when I was 11 years old. 11 years old? I feel like Mr. Irving is forgetting something. The promise. The promise he made to marry Miss Layla when he was 10 years old. They were just children, so it's only natural that he forgot, but I do wonder. Then, as if only just remembering, Mr. Irving spoke. That's right, Ellie. What happened with the safe? I forgot to ask about that. But were you able to open the safe in my father's room? Oh yes, there was something I had to tell you. There was a pocket watch in the safe. A pocket watch? It's still in the safe. Would you like to go and have a look? I bet it's not fucking there anymore. Yes, could you tell me how to open the safe? Of course, I'll show you. I followed Mr. Irving and left the dining room. I entered the room and promptly opened the safe. Oh no, there it is. This is it. This is what my father wanted to give me. Huh? The hands of the watch aren't moving. You're right, it's broken. What does it mean? Why did my father want to give me this? I wonder, is there a hint somewhere? Is it this? I reread Mr. Oliver's letter. I write this before I leave for the battlefield, though I wondered whether I should at all. If you see this, think of it as the guidance of the Virgin Mary. The key is for the safe in my room. For the dial number, look very closely at the Bible on the bookshelf. Hopefully, I can come home safely and tell you this face to face after you have reached adulthood. I sincerely hope that said time will come. Finally, allow me to apologize for my poor handwriting. As expected, I couldn't ask Keith this time. Key 0. This. I'm interested in the part of the letter that says key 0. Ah yes, I wonder what that means. It must be talking about a key, then that would make the 0... I don't know. Search for 0 on the watch, that's not it. I don't know, wind it? Do you mind if I try winding the watch? Sure, I wound the top of the watch several times. Nothing happened. I'll try thinking about it again. Where should I move the watch hands to? Where would 0 be? There's no 0 on a watch, is there? I don't know. God. 10 has a 0 in it. 1. 2. 3. 4. I don't know. 5. 6. 7. 8. I mean, 8's probably the closest to, like, a 0. Nothing happened. Is it fucking 12? Yeah, okay. I moved the hands of the watch to 12, then wow! The watch face came off like a lid and a key came out. This key? There is something written on the tag, open the forbidden fruit. I don't know what it means or what this key opens. Do you have any idea what the forbidden fruit could be? Well, generally speaking, it's a fruit from the Garden of Eden in the Bible. You can eat it to gain knowledge of good and evil. Knowledge. Maybe it means that we'll find knowledge using this key. The forbidden fruit. It could be talking about an apple. That's one theory. Oh, an apple? Mr. Irvin headed towards the door with a start. Did you think of something? Yeah, there are apple trees in our reception room. Apple trees in the reception room? Ah. 5 apple trees are carved into the reception room wall. They all have different number of stuff on them, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see, so these are the apple trees. I hadn't been to this room since the seance, and back then the room was dark and I didn't really look around so much, so I didn't notice them then. So, is there something that we can use the key on? I thought we should come here because of the apples. There might be somewhere to use the key. There might. I'm not sure. There's a courtyard behind here, but it seems too small for this wall to be the only thing separating the two areas. Now that you mention it, there might be a space between this room and the courtyard. I only lived here in the manor when I was a child, so I don't know everything. I think it's worth investigating. Yes, I'll look around to see if there's somewhere to use the key. Alright, search start. Okay, apple tree. There's nothing here. 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 Cool. Cool story. Wait, did I just come onto this one? I don't even remember. I don't remember. Whatever. There's nothing anywhere. Wow. Crazy. Oh, okay. What? It moves. Now that I think about it, V was engraved on the key. That was a hint to the keyhole location. It was indicating that only the tree with the 5th apple. Okay, I didn't see the V, sorry. I stood aside the panel with the fruit. There was a keyhole. Amazing. To think this was hidden here. What I needed to use this keyhole was, I don't know, like, what do I put in the keyhole? The black dog? I put the key into the keyhole and heard it unlock. The wall opened like a door. Oh, this is creepy. This place is, behind the door was a set of stairs going down. They led to this room. Was there always a room like this here? Have I been here before? What is this room for? I don't remember. This place doesn't seem like it's used often. It looks like a storeroom. Was Mr. Oliver telling us about this room? Is there something important here? I should investigate. I opened the door and found a rusty box. It won't open. Should I press these buttons? I randomly pressed the 3 buttons on the side of the box. Still won't open. A variety of books are tightly packed on the shelves. They are labelled and seem to be well managed. I looked inside the box on the first shelf, but there was nothing out of the ordinary. Looking inside the box on the second shelf, I found a can I'd seen before. Metal polish. It's polishing powder. It's often used to remove dust. There's still some left. It seems like I'll be able to use it. Can this remove the rust from the box? Now all I need is something to apply the powder with. I looked inside the box on the third shelf. There's nothing there. Looking, I found many cloths. Could I use these for something? Yep, you can use them on the box. Remove rust. I used the polishing powder and the old cloth to remove the rust on the box. 9ZE. Found something that looked like letters on the lid. What is it? Oh, G. GZE. Maybe this is a hint for the buttons. Let's try pushing them. What? What? There's no clue, no nothing? Like, is that a G? Looks like a G. GZE. What does that mean? Or is it a 9 and I need to press it 9 times and that's a Z for 0? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. First, I'll press the bronze button on the right. I don't know. Press the silver button in the middle. Press the gold button on the left. Still won't open. What is this? Anything that we're like missing here? I don't understand. Like, there's no clue. There's no clue. There's no clue. There's no clue. What is this? I mean, is that a 9? Is that like, I mean, obviously that's, is that an E for 8? Z for, I don't even fucking know. 1. And then that's a 9. I want to figure this out. Okay, so they look like a penta thingy. What are they called? It looks like a star. Okay, looks like a star. But that doesn't seem to matter at all. I don't know. I have no idea what this could be. Help, please. I knew that wasn't gonna be a help. I don't have a fucking clue how to solve this. Is it like looking at it from a different angle or something? Because I mean, if you do that, it's still the same. Apart from it would then be a 6, and that would still be a Z. That would still be a E, just backwards, and the Z would be a Z backwards, or a 5. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, there's no clue. There's literally no clue. If I go to the page and just like see someone. No one said anything about it. Okay. And this just makes me feel dumb. I don't know. I literally can't find anything. Right, okay, so again, because I keep thinking maybe it's upside down because that's where I tried to get the E from backwards and the Z from. Could be a 5 or a 2. I guess it could be a 2. But what's the E? That would be a 6, so that would be so from the golden one, 6, 2 or 5. I guess the E could be a 3. So it would be, so since it wants me to do it from the brown one, it would be 3, 2, or 5, and then 6, right? Do I like this tea without sugar in? I don't know. Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, so is it a 5 or is it a 2? I don't know. Let's go 3, 5? Let's just go 2 first, because that's there. And then 6. I pressed all the buttons on the box. Oh my god! I fucking knew it was upside down. It's always like, oh, it's upside down, or something like that. If there's like no other fucking clues. It opened, Mr. Irving! Wow, that was amazing. I thought you'd be able to do it. Oh, thank you very much. What's inside? I looked into the open box and found a knife. It was covered in red-black rust and had a faint odor. This is a bit creepy. Could this rust be dried blood? Oh, I need to take the friggin' tea bag out of my tea again. I'm such an idiot. Oopsie. Could this be dried blood? Still taking it out, sorry. Let's just carry this around with us, it's fine. Mr. Irving. The blood drained from Mr. Irving's face. His white skin took on a pallid hue. What's wrong? Are you okay? I'm fine, let's go. Why does the tips of his hair look bloody? What? Let's get out of here. Carrying the box, Mr. Irving stumbled towards the entrance of the basement on shaky legs. Oh, hold on, please let me hold the box. Why? Oh, you don't look so well, so I thought I might carry it. Thank you. Could you take it to my room? He's scaring me. His voice and facial expressions feel cold. What's really going on? Suddenly, I remember the look on Mr. Irving's face when he heard the words abominable demon at the seance. It seemed like he had heard that phrase before, but I can't remember Mr. Oliver ever saying that. How would you remember that when you're new to the mansion? You never even met Mr. Oliver. Where had Mr. Irving heard it before? Okay, I will see you in the next one. Bye!